All right, dream job. Looking at a large series of physicians, if they had it over to do it again, would they take medicine again? And 79% of ophthalmologists said, sure, I'll be happy to do it again. All right. How about would they take the same specialty again? Not just be a physician again, but actually be an ophthalmologist again, compared to other specialties? Wow, derm people, they love what they do, right? Yeah? Internal medicine, not universal, but 93% of ophthalmologists said if they had to over again, not only would they be a doctor again, they'd be an ophthalmologist again. We're going to modify this panel, doctors, just to simply talk about quickly the ingredients in your career that have helped shape what you might describe as a dream job, not a nightmare job, but for these young doctors, what decisions have you made that have forged your career so that you're doing the things you like to be doing as much as possible?
So I think dream job can change. And so when I first came out after fellowship, I asked myself what's important to me. And that forged my decision to go into private practice. And what was important to me was autonomy. After 10 years of being residents, fellows, all that, I want to be able to have autonomy to, call the shots for my life. And efficiency in patient care was number 2. And then number 3, I know that once I come out, those first few years is going to be really important in maturing me as a doctor. So I want the kind of clinical volume and pathology that can mature me quickly as a doctor. So those were the 3 things when I first left fellowship.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I have a different path. I finished my fellowship and I went right into an academic job because I had planned to do that, and that was in University of Toronto in Canada. And then I was given an opportunity to do something at National Eye Institute, which was something totally different from what I would even dream of doing.
How did you bridge that? How did that happen? Quickly.
Clinical trials. And so I thought, well, I could just learn a few things and I could just go and do it for a few years and then go somewhere else. But I've been there for 30 years because I love what I do. It's the passion for doing something I think will have an impact on my patients. And mostly because I met a role model when I was in a medical student, as well as during my residency and during my fellowship. That was sort of ingrained. It sort of shaped me quite a bit. So I think the choices you make, they slowly get you towards your next step.
Okay, Brad?
Yeah, so I think what we've heard already is true, that you kind of change throughout your career. So it was important to me to be in a position where I could grow into it. And as I found things I liked, I could kind of pick and choose what I'd want to do more of and less of. And what's played a big role in my happiness in my career has been working for people who believe in me, whether it's the head of my practice or the head of the hospital. I work in a private practice, but I also work for Wills Eye Hospital. So having people who really believe in you and believe that you can do what you want to do makes a huge difference. And it allows you to take risks in your career that you otherwise may hesitate to do.
Okay, Rebecca?
I would say I took a little bit of a different path. I was in academics and then went into private practice. And I loved academics, but there was something about it that wasn't meeting my needs. And so my senior partner, with whom I work now, invited me to come to the practice. And before I met with him, I think you have to sit with yourself and you have to decide a couple of things. If I could close my eyes and have the perfect scenario, take money off of the table, take location off the table, because those are the big 2. Every other aspect of your practice, build it in your mind. If you're looking for a job, do me a favor. Get a piece of paper and a pen and sit and just write. Don't even look at it. Just write. All those things are important to you. And the thing that you would take the highlighter and go back, and the most important top 3 things, take that and use that to find your job. And remember, most importantly, don't be who you're not. Be who you are. Advocate for yourself, and you'll be happy that you did, because in the end, you have to sit with that and live with that. It's important.
I'm going to give you 1 sentence each, and then we're done. So tell me about the dream in your dream job. What's the one thing about your job that's different than everybody else in your workplace? Why is your job a dream job?
My current job?
Yes.
So I moved from private to academia, and I would say that what's dreamy about this is the teaching part, and that's what moved me from.
And you like to teach.
I like to
And now you
teach.
get to teach a whole lot.
Right. So
Awesome.
can I just add one thing? So one thing that I want.
Taking it from her.
Sorry. One thing that I want to add is, once you get your first job, a few years into it, just imagine what would this be like in 10 years? Basically, what would you achieve? What would be your legacy, quote unquote? And then, because once you're in for a few years, you have a good picture of that. And then look at that picture in 10 years. Is that what you want to do? If it's not, then I would say, take the courage and consider something else.
Doctor, your dream.
To have a writing work, not be just tedious, doing the same thing over and over again, having something stimulating, and working with the best people, really imaginative, innovative people. And that's the job I have. I really love that part of it.
Working for smart people, that's always fun. Right.
Yeah, I guess the freedom to change and evolve and be innovative and have that flexibility. I mean, anything you do, you can't have everything. And so when you're going to be doing more volunteer work or more teaching, you're going to take some, less clinic or maybe some less money. But the ability to have that, be the one to make that decision has been critical in my happiness, because then I feel like I'm in control and it's my choice. And what I'm doing now, I couldn't have imagined doing 5 or 10 years ago. It's much, much better. And just be prepared that when you first get to your job, you might not have everything immediately. It's going to take time to build your practice and do what you want to do. Just as long as you have that long-term plan, which may again change, you'll be happy.
Rebecca, your dream.
I have balance.
Balance.
I
Great.
have a great balance. I get to see patients and operate, but I also get to spend time with my family and do the things that I love. And I would say, I think you can have it all. I do. I think you can have it all, but you have to build it and you have to advocate it. And that's what I have.
Wonderful. Great information. Remember, I always tell the residents, do what you like and like what you do. Do what you like and like what you do. You can only be good at doing the things you like. You can fake them for a while. We call that a residency. But for the long haul, do what you like and like what you do, and you will be satisfied throughout your career. Thank you again very much.